I'm live. Welcome, everyone. We are here for another episode of Overcomer Diaries, where women turn their pain into purpose and share stories that help them shape their comeback. So we are going to dial in Miss Angela. Give me one sec. Oh, here we go.
Hello
Hey,
there.
Angela, how are you?
I'm
I
well. Okay, it's time for me to take the screen off because it's cracked. All right, there we are.
go. Okay, here we go. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You were just
Okay.
buffering,
Okay. How was your
but
day
but
today,
you're back.
ma'am?
It was okay. It was okay. I rested well. I was with my son. I'm here at my uncle's house,
Oh,
because
okay.
my aunt and uncle went to Jamaica,
Oh, good,
and I'm
good,
here with my
yes.
grandmother, for some time, maybe like 10 days, something like that.
Okay.
So
Very yes. So look, I love me some Jamaica, girl.
my
And
that's
Jamaican
my
tea.
aunt's that's my aunt's favorite place. Like that's their favorite place. They go there at least 3 times a year, and I end
Yes.
up here at. I mean, and there I feel like their house is a resort for me. So,
Oh, and where you at?
this is just Tyson's Corner in Virginia.
Oh,
But they
okay.
have this. Hold on, let me show you. Let me show you. Let me just show you. Let me just show you. So yeah, this nice old
Oh, girl,
backyard with a
yes.
pool.
That is
So,
beautiful. You in your own
hmm
resort for real.
listen, and then you got the little hot tub over there. And
Yes.
listen. So
Okay.
when they say I'm going to Jamaica, I'll be like,
Like
I'm
you
coming
like,
on
I'm
vacation.
good. Look, take your time coming back.
I'm fine. I'm
Right.
fine. Then we're always laughing because it's like my friend was like, oh, you have a all paid, what is it, all inclusive,
All
because
include
my uncle, all inclusive, because it's like you have all of this, your uncle leaves some money for you so you can feed everybody in the house.
oh my
Amen.
yeah.
Amen.
You living a life while they're living a life, okay? That
So it's
part.
good.
I'm
It's
loving
good.
it.
It's good.
I'm loving it. All
Right.
right. So I want to just thank you for joining me in this discussion on today. And before we go into the session, I wanted you to kind of introduce yourself to the audience and let us know who you are and what you
Hmm.
do.
All right. My name is Angela. Shontel, I go by my first and my middle name. I am native of the DMV area. I have two boys. One is 20 years old and he's in college. And then I have a
Oh,
17-year-old. Yep.
you got
Hmm.
men. Well, men, honey.
I have men. I have some men. And then my youngest is 17 and he is going into his senior year next year. And I have a
Oh,
niece who is his cousin that comes and goes. She's actually from Arizona or lives in Arizona, so you may see her coming back and forth.
okay,
So
no problem.
that's my little small family. But I am the founder of a ministry called Building the Queen Within. I actually like to say I'm the co-founder because the Lord found it, not me. I'm just here. I'm the vessel that's
Yeah, you're
working
the
through it, right?
vessel. Awesome.
And so absolutely. So I help hidden queens awaken, heal, and reign by helping them break free from the lies that the enemy has told them so they can reclaim their identity in Christ and walk boldly in their purpose, right? So yes,
Yes. Look, one
yes,
thing
yes.
yes.
Mm-mm.
I'm loving it, girl.
Yes,
Awesome.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Again, would want to welcome you to the Overcomers Diaries. We know that you have a powerful story that you would like to share with the ladies
Yes,
on today.
ma'am.
And
Yes,
this
ma'am.
platform was created for us to share those stories with women who have gone through it, are on the
Yes,
other
ma'am.
side, and now we want to help those sisters that who are currently in it and help pull them over across on the other side, right?
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. Welcome, Miss Brown. Thank you for joining us on today. So, before we get started and we get into who you are now, what
hmm
was a moment in your life where things felt overwhelming, unclear, or even broken?
So to be honest, I think the most pivotal moment in my life was actually when my mother passed away. I am an only child. I am an only grandchild. The only thing that I have in my life, or that I had in my life, was my mother. And I believe that her loss was something that opened up something in me. It released a lot of things within me. And I'm it's this type of grief that it how can I put it? It was a grief that was unbearable at the time, because I just did not know how to navigate through the
Mhm.
loss of my mom. And it wasn't until the Lord was just like, I need you to lean into me.
Mhm.
And within that, it became this domino effect, because what I thought I was grieving was my mother. This domino effect began to open up, and it was as if every wall started to come down that I had been holding on to, and I started to realize that my mother had been protecting me from a lot of things. She was my covering. She was, she was the prayer warrior of the family. There was a lot of relationships that were ripped from me within. So my mother passed away in 2020. So we're here almost 6 years later, right? And it's still happening. There's relationships that are just being ripped from under me. There's people that I assumed that were my friends and my family, and people that I just knew that was going to be there for me, that just was not there. So there was this life that I thought I was building that started to look like nothing that I imagined. This isn't what I imagined. I didn't imagine being 36 years old without my mom. I didn't
Right.
imagine being 36 years old with two boys and an ex-husband. Nobody wants
Mhm.
this stuff.
Exactly.
So it was just this overwhelming thing that just, so my mother passed away and just everything began to open wide. Like it was as if the gates of heaven had just opened wide
Mhm.
open. It was like, here we go. Are you
Yeah.
ready for this ride? And I was like, no,
All
I'm
right.
not. I'm not, but here we are. So that was the moment where things were unclear. It was very overwhelming. I was broken. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, Lord, help me. I
Lord.
please help me out.
Oh my God. Now, as you were speaking, because I know we have not had the opportunity to even uh introduce ourselves in the stories that we've
Hmm.
experienced. So I never
Yes.
heard this story. But when
Hmm.
I tell you that is what I just came out of with my dad, it's
Mm.
identical.
Mhm. Mhm.
Identical. My dad
Mhm.
was all of that for me. And when he passed, everything ripped.
Yep.
Families just that I thought would embrace me and just went left.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
So I
Like
need to know.
that silence was loud. Like it was the
Hmm.
loudest silence I had ever experienced. And
Yes.
it's not like people weren't there, because I remember my house was packed with friends, packed with
Mhm.
family members. But and you go just going through this, you understand.
Yeah.
As soon as that time begins to fade, those people begin to fade, the name of your parent begins to fade, and you're just sitting there like, am I the only one that's remembering this? And then at the same time, you have the Lord sitting on your shoulder, like,
Mhm.
I'm still here with you, turn around. And I'm like, but where's my mother? Like,
Woo,
where is my
where
mama?
is my
So yeah,
yes?
it's just this silence. And I never, like in my program and in my when I am speaking my testimony, I never want it to be just focused on the grief and loss of my mother, because that was just the icing on the cake that
Right.
split wide open. And it was like, you have some barriers that are blocking you from the kingdom work that you need to get done, because you
Yeah.
always relied on your mother. You never leaned on me. And it's like, huh?
Mm.
So yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Ooh, girl, you have said some things right there. I recall, and I don't want to go off script. I know but I recall going through my divorce
Mm,
and God sharing with me that I had leaned on my parents as my God.
hmm.
He
Yep.
had to shake the very foundation of
Yes.
what I created for myself
Yes.
and remove them. And I didn't understand, along with some friends and some family
Hmm.
members that I thought was going to be there forever.
Yep.
And it
Yep.
had to be shaken for me to
Hmm.
know who the true and living God is
Living
for
God.
my life,
Amen. Amen.
for my
Yes, ma'am.
life, for
Hmm.
our lives. So that
Yes.
is powerful. Oh my gosh.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh
Yes,
my God.
ma'am.
So I'm gonna go, ooh, girl. Okay.
They gotta
So
move on. Gotta move on.
I know. Woo. Okay. So share with me, what were you feeling internally that people could not see?
Lonely,
Mm.
isolated, heavy, shaken, abandoned.
Oh yeah.
Abandoned. I think what made it so heavy, that I was in this isolated in a season where I felt like I needed people the most. And God was essentially removing access from me, because everything that I had ever experienced, I always had a crutch to lean
Mm.
on. Always had a crutch
Mm.
to lean on. If I lost my job, where my mama at? If I
Mm.
lost my apartment, where's my mother at? If I needed my rent paid, where's the church at? If I needed
Mm.
food, where's the church at? If I needed a ride, where's my friends at? I had every single thing that I needed or wanted. I'll say that I had every single thing that I wanted, but internally, when all of that stuff was gone, I was sitting there in just this ice. I didn't know what to do. And the Lord kept saying, I am your provider. I am your comforter. And I was wrestling with God. I was
Mm-hmm.
wrestling like, God, like, I already have grieved my mother. What else can you take from me? You took you took my backbone. You took my ace.
Mm-hmm.
You took my lifeline. You took
Mm-hmm.
my boys had her wrapped around I'm sorry. The boys were wrapped around my mother's finger. You're
Mm.
talking about, my boys were able to call my mother and say, Mama T, that's what they called her. Mama T, I need. And she would say, no problem. So I believe that I created, just like you said, I created this idol in
Mm.
my life and within my family's life that I didn't know, because in my head, that's my
That's
mom.
my.
In my
Mm-hmm.
head, we always say that that's our parents, right? And so that's what they're supposed to do. And the Lord kept saying, no, they are just a vessel. That's it. You are supposed to lean on me. And I felt spiritually confused in my faith. It was shaken. And I believed in God, but I did not truly trust him. So there was this lack of trust in God that I was having. So I'm walking around with this smile on my face. I'm walking around work with this smile on my face, because I don't know if I said this, but my mom and I worked together at the church. She was the pastor's assistant. We were
Oh.
always together, right? And so
Mm.
not only am I walking around with a smile on my face, because I just need the church family to know that I'm okay, because they're breaking down. Every time they see
Mm.
me, I'm a split image of my mama, a split image
Mm.
of her. And so they're walking. It was the most tough time. And even to this day, I know how to navigate it now. I know how to navigate it
Yeah.
a little better. But even to this day, it's still rough to walk around because sometimes I walk around as if I have failed. Like
Mm.
some relationships have ended, right? And then the losses mean I lost. And it's like, no. Or maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I wasn't enough. Maybe I missed something in the process. The shame
Oh,
sat loud in my head. It was the shame that was loud in my head. And nobody could see any of it because I was still functioning. I was still functioning. I was still showing up. I was still performing. I was still performing strength.
mm.
Performing strength. That's what I was doing.
Performing
Performing strength.
strength.
Performing strength.
Mm.
Performing I'm okay. Yep.
Ooh, good gracious. And I think, can you hear me? Because I froze up
I can
there.
hear
Okay.
you. Yes, ma'am. I
Okay.
can hear you.
So you mentioned the guilt and the shame, and I that is what I went through. I'm still laying at the feet of the Father because I felt that I let him down, my father. Though I was there, I was at the hospital. It was like, but what else? There's something else that I can do.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
dad would have been here because there would have been something else that I could do. What else could I
Yep.
do?
Yep.
And I was, I had to forgive myself for beating myself up because
Mhm.
that's what
Mhm.
God was sharing with me, that
Mhm.
it was
Mhm.
his time. Despite
Yeah.
how he went,
Yep.
it was their time.
Yeah.
It was their time.
Mhm.
And he is teaching us to lean on him because he is the one and true God,
Living God.
the living God.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's a matter of us, no matter who comes in or out of our lives, because we're only here for a season.
Yes.
But
Mhm.
he's unmovable. He will never change. He will
Yes.
always be there.
Yes.
And I truly believe from what you're sharing, that is what he's teaching us,
Mhm.
that he is
Mhm.
always there.
Mhm.
So yes, that was
Mhm.
amazing.
And just
And
and
go ahead.
just to I'm sorry, just to piggyback off of you, um, it's also this way that he's saying for us to trust him.
Mm-hmm.
I my mother came home um on hospice. She passed away from stage 4 vaginal cancer, rare
Mm-hmm.
cancer, very rare cancer. But she came home on hospice on, I think it was like a Monday, Sunday or Monday. And I remember the Wednesday morning before she passed, I am literally sitting in my living room floor, and there was a picture of Jesus that my mother had, beautiful picture, and I sat there in the middle of my living room floor, and when I tell you, Tiffany, I was going off in the middle of my living room floor. How dare you? This woman is a woman of God. We called her Jesus' sister, okay? She would give you the clothes off your back. This woman has been to Africa. She has done all of these. You told her to walk this path and she did exactly what you said for her to do. And this is what's going to happen. I was going
Mm-hmm.
off. And the only thing the Lord kept saying, and it was like the presence of God was so strong in that house that night or that morning. There was a nurse. She was from Ghana, and she was praying over my mother while I was going through it. Then she would come out and she would start praying over me. And her tongues were going. Her tongues were
Mm-hmm.
going back and forth because she just knew she had to cover at the
Yeah.
moment, right?
Yeah.
And I just remember being able to express any way that I felt to at that time.
Yeah.
Words were going. I was saying stuff. I had no business. I was going off. Okay. And
Yeah.
I just remember the father just being the comforter and just being like, I am here the entire time. I just need you to trust me. I need you to go in there and I need you to tell your mother that it's going to be okay. And she is able to come with me. And I'm like, you sound crazy. You want me to
Mm.
walk in a room and tell somebody that it's okay for them to leave? No, it's not okay. I battled with the Lord for a good 3 to 4 hours. I don't matter of fact, I can't even I'm saying 3 to 4 hours. I don't really remember the
Yeah, because
time.
you were, yeah,
But I was just in it.
yeah.
And then finally, it was just this sense of peace. And I knew that the only way that I was going to get through it was to get through that stage. And that was the first time in my entire life that I'll say that, consciously obeyed what the Father had said, asked me to do.
Mm.
I consciously obeyed that because he said, if you do this, once you do this, you just need to trust me. I'm never going to let you fall. I'm never going to let you be by yourself. I will always be by you. You are chosen at this moment. You are chosen to go into this room. Trust me. Trust. And I just kept hearing trust, trust, trust. And I
Yeah,
had to go in there and I had to release my mother because that was what he said. Release her.
yeah,
Release her. So there is this we have to begin to trust God
yeah.
and his promises. Whatever it looks like in the moment is not what it is. That's not the
Yes.
end of it. So all I kept seeing was my mother is going to die.
Yeah.
I'm no longer going to have a parent. Who's going to be here with me? I had no idea that everything else was going to unfold after that, but all I
Right.
kept seeing in the moment was this is it. And I say this boldly and I say this confidently. As much as it hurts, I would not be sitting right here in this chair having a conversation with you all if the Lord did not take my mother. And if the Lord did not have a conversation with me before he took my mother to say, I'm going to be here with you until the end
Mm.
of your days.
Yes.
And there are some curses that need to be broken that only
Mm-hmm.
you have been chosen to break these curses. Your mother has done what she needed to do here on this earth. Your turn.
It's your
Pass the
time.
baton.
Your
Your time.
time.
Your time. and
Yeah.
and I stand on that wholeheartedly. I am right here right now moving the way that I'm moving, all because I said, yes, Father, I will go release her.
Yeah.
Hardest decision of my life, but because I gave that first yes to the Lord, first yes, and that first yes was, take my mother. Mama, you're good. We're good. Go home. If you are tired, go home. We're
Mm.
good over here. We'll
Yeah.
make it. We'll figure it out over here. But you go do what you need to do with the Father. Go.
Yes.
She died on the 23rd. I told her to go turn up with your brother. Go turn up with Jesus.
Wow.
Go. His birthday right around the corner. Go turn up.
Wow.
Mhm.
Girl, when I say the presence of the Lord is all over you, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I was thinking about when you were sharing your story about, your mom at hospice. My dad, the father did the same thing, similar with me.
Mhm.
My dad was at
Mhm.
hospice, and he told, and the Lord shared with me to bring my camera, and I was like, bring
Mm.
my camera.
Camera.
Why am I bringing my camera? And my dad is in hot. Why am I bringing my camera, Lord? Like that. That makes absolutely no sense. I
Mhm.
brought
Mhm.
my camera. I set my camera up, and I began videoing. Videoing. I was giving him a pedicure. I was just
Mm.
doing, just loving on him. I had
Mhm.
worship
Mhm.
music going, just
Mhm.
praising and worshiping him. But he had already brought me to a place of peace
Yeah.
because seeing that and what my dad, all of the things that he went through was the hardest thing
Mhm. Mhm.
I have ever been through.
Yeah.
But I know without a shadow of a doubt, like you mentioned, I would not be here.
Mhm.
I I
Mhm.
would not be here.
Mhm. Yep.
I wouldn't have the courage, the boldness that it takes to speak up and to share
Mhm.
my story.
Mhm. Mhm.
if it wasn't
Mhm.
for what I just came out of. It,
Yes.
and that's just the truth.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yes, oh my God.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
Yep.
so I wanted to also what's the next question I wanted to ask you was what actually helped you start moving forward?
Mm. I had to start from the bottom. I had to ask the Lord to meet me where I was.
Mm,
Tiffany, I had been in church all of my life. All of my life. My home church is my home church. Where I work is my home church. I have people, pastors, preachers, ministers, deacons. I got them all around me. Bishops, I have them all around me. But I had to learn how to lean on God.
mm,
That's where I started. Where I had it was baby steps.
yeah.
Baby steps. And when I say baby steps, Lord, do you still want me to continue working in this job? If it's a no, make it clear. If it's a yes, make it clear. I don't want any confusion in my decision. Father, make it clear. What are you saying to me? What are you saying to me? Show me. I don't need this person over here saying this and then another person over there saying that. Show me. And I sat in my room and I began to journal. That was the first time that I began to journal. So I started with a book, a notebook, and a pen, and just started journaling.
Mm,
That's it. That's all. And pulled out my Bible eventually, baby steps,
mm,
and then began to really say, what does a prayer life look like? What does that look like? And I began to talk to the Lord because in my head, I'm looking all around me. I'm looking online and I'm seeing these people, the way that they pray. Well, I don't know scripture like that.
yeah.
I don't even know what y'all talk about half the time. Am I supposed to look like that? Baby steps, baby steps. Lord, help me. Show me a sign. That's it. And that's all. That's where I started. Literally stripped from everything. The
Mm,
only thing I had was a roof over my head, my grandmother in one room, my youngest son in another room, and my oldest son at his father's house. That's in my church family. That's all I had. That's it. I started from the bottom with a journal, a pen, and a Bible and my words and being authentic, not having you remember back in the day, like you can't talk to God like that. Don't ask God
mhm,
why. What?
mhm.
Father, why can't I ask you why? If I have a question, why can't I ask you
Relationship.
why? Building a relationship. It was
Relationship.
it was a authentic relationship that I had to begin to build. I remember in the process of all of this, I wanted to go out on a date. And I began to do my makeup. Hair was, I mean, girl, my face beat to the gods. Okay. And before I walked out the door, I heard the Lord say, well, why don't I get that? What?
Ooh.
What? And I'm like, so you want me to wake up and like before I get on my prayer, like this is what you want? And he was like, that's not what I'm saying. You took the time to get ready, huh?
Ooh.
And so that was the first time that I said, That's what a relationship with the Lord looks like. I should not
Mhm.
take a relationship. I need to go ahead and build a
Come on
relationship the
in.
same way that I want to build this relationship with bro over
Because,
here. I need to go ahead and build that same relationship like this over here with my father. And that actually made me realize that I didn't have a great relationship with my father, right? Like my actual
mm,
biological father. So it, again, here we go. Everything is starting to rip wide open, right?
yes.
You don't even know how to build a relationship with people here. How are you going to go ahead and build a relationship with God? Okay, so Lord, where do I stand? Well, first build the relationship with yourself. Who are you? Who do I say you are? Tiffany, this is where I started from the bottom as if I was
Woo.
a baby sipping out of my mama's milk. Okay. I knew nothing. I was literally an infant in the kingdom. But I'm walking around 36 years old. I'm an adult, full blown adult, divorced, got kids, taking care of a household, taking care of a grandmother. But the Lord said, "You are my child, and I need you to act accordingly." Okay.
Mm.
That's how I started, as if I was back in the bosom of my mother. That's where I started all over again, and
Girl,
felt
those are
crippled. And felt
so
crippled
many.
doing it because I was like, "What?"
Yeah, there was so many nuggets for whoever the audience and whomever will see this session because you spoke so much in regards to what God is asking for us and the baby
Hmm.
steps.
Baby steps.
Times, and I don't know about you, but I felt as though previously before actually acknowledging, okay, let me come through this healing process.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
You don't nobody want to talk about and accept the things that they used to do and come in truth. So
Hmm.
that's why a lot of us are not going through healing
Healing.
because we
Hmm.
don't want to look ourselves in the mirror.
Hmm. Hmm.
We don't
Hmm.
want to say, "Oh yeah, I did do that."
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
God, He wants all of that.
All of it, because I'm trying to, like you said, even like, and I know the mirror that you're talking about is just like literally going on the
Yeah,
inside, but it took
inside.
for me to be on just a regular day at the mirror, face, I'm trying to tell you something, face beat to the gods, and he said, what are you, like,
Mm,
what are you doing? I don't get that.
oh,
I don't get that. And even now I go on a date with Abba, because
yeah.
sometimes I just need to sit with him outside of my house
Hmm.
in a different environment. We're going on a date, Lord. Where are we going? Are we getting something to eat today? We going outside? Well, you saw my uncle, you saw the backyard. Like,
So,
are we going outside to the backyard? Like, what are we doing today? Are we
yes.
dining out? Are we watching a movie? What movie are we watching? It's just the little things that
Hmm.
we forget because we don't associate our Father in the human form, right?
Hmm.
Because he's a
Right.
spirit. Like, so you don't associate. No,
Right.
the same way that you're trying to date that man, the same way
Hmm.
that you're trying to date that woman, just in case any men are watching, is the same way that you need to build that relationship with your baby steps. Because you
Yeah.
don't just jump into the relationship with the partner. You have to
Hmm.
build on that. You have to
Yes.
build on that. And so we walk around as if we can just come and go as we
That's
please
we.
with the Lord. And he's like, you don't know me. You don't know me.
But
And
ask
I'm
for all
starting,
of this.
but you asking for
Ask for all of this
everything.
stuff and
Hmm.
expect for me to just hand it to you. But I don't even
Do
know.
I don't know you.
Hmm.
You don't, well, I'm sorry, you don't know, because he knows us. He
Yeah, he
knows
knows
us.
us.
But
Yeah.
you don't even know me. You don't even know where I started from. We don't even know. Some people swear up and down that they are this woman of God, they are this man of God, but you don't even pick up your Bible long enough to really learn who God is.
Mm.
And
Yes, ma'am.
I'm
Oh,
guilty.
oh, yes,
Guilty.
ma'am. Yes,
Guilty.
ma'am.
I will be the first one to tell you that.
Oh, yes.
Guilty. Guilty.
Yes. Oh,
But like you
yes.
said, I'm
Cause
like this. My hand is out. My hand is out. And
yeah.
I remember there's a pastor that's at my home church, but he has his own church, and I worked with him a little bit. Um, in his church. But I never forget where he said he just walked over to me one day. He said, "Take your hand away from the Lord." And I said, "What?" To take your hand away from the Lord and search for him. Find him, search his heart,
Heart.
move your hand. Oh, put your hand down. And I said,
Woo-wee.
"I don't understand what you're saying." He said, "Listen, you and the way that he speaks to me is just it's hilarious because it's like he speaks in parables, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't listen. I don't know what you're talking about." But he said, "Put your hand down and search for the Lord's heart.
Mm.
Stop asking for stuff and search for the Lord's heart, and you
Yes.
will be able to get any and everything that your heart desires. Stop seeking the Lord's. Stop seeking the Lord for the things that you want, and go ahead and ask him what he wants for you. Search his
Mm.
heart."
Yes.
That changed my entire perspective
Hmm.
of praying. Even in my prayer life,
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here asking for anything. If I do, I'm asking for him to uproot what doesn't belong.
Right.
What doesn't belong in me? Uproot it.
Yeah.
And every woman, I know every woman loves that removal prayer. Oh, we love the remove. Lord,
Mm.
remove what does not belong in my life.
Mm.
Please, Lord, right? We are good with the removal
Oh,
prayer,
yes.
but when the
Oh,
removal prayer shows its face, then we question it. We question everything. We start to
mm.
question it. Like you asked for it,
Ah,
and this is it, and this is
this
what
is
I'm
the
asking
answer.
you to do.
This is the.
This is the answer. What?
Ooh, girl. You done said a whole word right there. Do you hear me? Oh, my
Because
goodness.
you gotta talk to yourself sometimes. You gotta
Oh,
talk to
yes.
you
Look,
gotta talk to
all the time
yourself
over here,
sometimes.
girl. All the
You
time.
gotta
I
talk
go
to
to the
yourself.
part, and I don't sometimes don't even wear my buds
Hmm.
running around talking to God. Yeah,
Talking. I'm
talking to
talking.
myself and talking to
Talking.
God. Okay,
Hmm.
yes, a
Go
prayer.
go on a prayer walk.
I love
Go
prayer
on
walk.
go on a prayer
Hmm.
walk. Have
Oh
a
yeah.
conversation. And just have a conversation with him. And sometimes don't even say a word. Let
Yeah.
him talk. Let him
Hmm.
talk. We sit here in our little prayer life and we want to talk, 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 and then we're done and get up and go about our
Get up and go.
business. He didn't answer anything that he didn't say
Mhm.
anything. You
You
have
didn't
not
spend
one
the time.
answer. You didn't spend not one
You didn't
hour
spend
with
that.
him. You spent 10 minutes asking for something and 5 minutes saying the end of the prayer and amen, and then you walked out your house.
Ooh,
I
girl.
wasn't, and he up there like, wait, I wasn't,
What I,
I
girl,
did,
I
I
ain't
didn't
even
say
getting the
anything.
download. What?
I wasn't done. Wait a minute. Hello.
Oh
What?
my goodness, girl.
Mhm. Mhm.
Ooh-wee.
Mhm.
Nuggets, nuggets, nuggets all day today. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. So I want to ask you this last question before we this is the last question for today. So who are you now that you weren't before?
I will say that I am a woman who is fully surrendering because I'm still working on
Mm,
it. Surrendering
yeah.
in a way that I've never surrendered before. I've never surrendered before. Just really allowing the Lord to work in me, work through me. I'm a woman that seeks the Lord before I seek anything else. I'm going to ask God before I even open my mouth to anybody else. So sometimes my friends and family don't even know that I'm going through a thing because I already have the answer. I
Mm,
don't, sorry, y'all, I don't need you. I have my Father. I'm a woman who doesn't need the noise of life anymore.
mm.
Please tone it down. I don't want to hear it.
Oh,
Leave me be. Leave me be. I'm a woman that I prayed for, right? I remember asking God, give me a circle of women that are going to be there for me through thick and thin. If I call them in the midnight hour. They're going to pick up their phone. They're going to hear me and they are going to pray for me. They
Mm.
aren't going to judge me. They aren't going to try to give me advice about a thing unless the Lord is telling them to give me some advice or it's a confirmation about what I've already been experiencing. But I am a woman that has prayed for that. But the Lord, I remember asking the Lord for all of this, but He said, but are you going to be that person? You
Woo.
can't ask for something and not
You're not
reciprocate it
that.
at all. If you're
Mm-hmm.
not that, you can't be that. So I
Right.
struggled for a couple of years because I wanted this group of people to be around me that I needed, right? But the Lord was like, but you're not that person. So I can't get. You are not going to bleed on my daughters. You
Mm-hmm.
aren't going to bleed on my daughters, and then pull from their cup, and you don't have anything to empty back. You don't have anything to pour into them. So continue to work on yourself. So I am a woman that has prayed for a sisterhood, worked on myself to be that sisterhood for
Yeah.
myself. And now I'm surrounded by women that I would have never even met if it wasn't for Instagram, if it wasn't for
Mm.
Facebook, if it was not for social media. The group of my friends aren't even in the area that I'm in.
Mm.
But I know that they are nothing but a phone call away. They are
Yeah.
nothing but a FaceTime call away. I am a woman that I accept whatever the Lord has put in my life. I do not try. Because I'm working on it. If he's removing it from me, I try not to keep it around. I try
Mm.
not to keep it around because I already know if I'm being disobedient, it's not going to end up good at the end. I'm gonna
Right.
go through it. I'm gonna go through it. I was just in another relationship last year, and the Lord kept saying leave. And when I didn't leave, and I did what I wanted to do, that was 2 months of torment.
Mm.
2 months of because you did not do what I
Because you
asked you to
didn't do what
do.
I asked you to do.
So I'm a woman that has learned. Oh, you don't want that for me. Say less, because I'm not going back through that again. I don't want to go through that torment ever again in my life, ever again. I am a changed woman. I am a changed woman. I feel good calling myself a woman of God. I feel good about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel good about that. Yep.
Ooh. Oh, thank you so much for accepting this invitation on today. You have
Yes,
truly
ma'am.
been a blessing for the audience and the women and the men who will view this video. I just pray blessings over your life because there is so much in store for you. So
Yes,
much
ma'am.
in
Thank you
store
so
for
much for
you.
that.
I look forward
Thank
to
you so
seeing
much.
the manifestation of what God has for your life.
Thank you.
Oh
Thank you. I
yes.
receive it.
Oh
I
yes. It's
receive it.
huge. It's huge. So I'm
I
just
receive.
yeah, thank you. I look forward to continuing this relationship with you and going forth and additional things that we may have in the future.
Hmm.
And everyone, thank you for joining us today. We had Angela Shontel with us that gave some powerful nuggets in regards to being resilient and being an overcomer. Feel free to look at the replay that will be shared momentarily. Wish you all the very best and thank you again. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.